as criminals. And I think anytime the oppressed say enough is enough, the only way
Can you
the
imagine?
establishment can get back is by criminalizing them and by calling them treasonous criminals. So it almost as if enlightenment is an act of treason. Enlightenment is one of the greatest acts of rebellion that we could have. So if you have any information that you could furnish us with, if there is any sort of guidance that you could provide us with, I would really appreciate it. And even if you cannot be boots on ground, talk about us, mention our names in rooms of opportunity, because it's also becoming very hard for us to have stuff like employment and those kinds of things in terms of being targeted. So thank you very much for everything, for everyone who's been here. Fellow Gen Zs, thank you for yielding your time, your energy, and your efforts. And let the blood of our comrades who have fallen, who have been slain by the police, if I am to put it correctly, not have flown in vain. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your insights. I pray that God gives you the strength, the peace, the courage, and the valor and clarity of mind that we need to make Nane Nane an absolute success. Thank you very much, comrades, and viva to the revolution, viva to the courage, viva to every good deed that you're doing for the sake of the movement.
Thank you so much, Caswell. The network from people who are, especially those joining from Kenya today, is really, really, struggling. So we hope that Safaricom is not doing that technical something something. As we close, Dr. over to you.
Oh, thank you, Maj. I love what I have heard, and I'm extremely happy. I want to give just two ideas. We can have more than 1 million people on Nane Nane, or on the day of the vetting, or the day of the swearing in of Ruto's illegitimate CSS. If we do this is very simple. Right now, maybe over 100,000 people have been listening to our broadcast. So let's assume we've been 140,000 people listening today. If each one of us was to convince 10 people, each one of us, just 10 people. So we give ourselves a task of convincing 10 people to attend any of these marches on any designated day, but specifically on Nani Nani, which is the 8th of August 2024. We will have 1.4 million people on the streets. So we can do it. It's very easy to do. You don't have to think of a crowd. Each one of us can just say, I'm going with 10 people, or I'm convincing 10 people to attend the march. You can do it from abroad. You can do it from any country. You can do it when you are in Kenya. It's just a telephone call away, a text message away. You must know at least 10 people that will be able to attend if you convince them to do so. And this thing will be over. We will be able to achieve what everyone, or well, at least the regime, may be deluded into thinking we cannot achieve. The last point, let us not get into our heads anything to suggest that the regime is strong, that the regime has strategies. This regime is bankrupt intellectually, bankrupt strategically, bankrupt tactically. People they are appointing, then you know they have no idea. Don't get it. We have said we don't want corrupt people. Those are the people they are appointing. We have said we don't want conmanship. They are involved in conmanship. We have said we don't want a system that borrows and makes. We have told them not to violate the Constitution. They continue to violate the Constitution. Therefore, this regime, and Ruto specifically, are irredeemable. That should make everybody angry enough to say enough is enough, finally, so that we can look back to 2024 as the great year of liberation. It's happened in different countries at liberation. It's happened in different countries at different times, and we can do it in Kenya. Let's do it for the future generations. I'm proud of the Gen Zs and the millennials and the Gen Zote. Viva!
Viva.
Viva, viva. Thanks, Dr. Kingsman, let's take 2 minutes each to close. Kingsman, over to you, and then I close and give Hillary.
Or are unable to pay these small fees. One way is to have like pay for it, and we have
To get themselves together, decide on who is going to be responsible for that.
March, you have the number. We go and camp on March because to be given out because there is still money. And we're still going to accounting because there's still a lot of money.
something like that that remained, but with these mchangas you can have like mchanga for
Kingsman, if I may, I think the lady makes a very good point. If the money was raised for injuries and they have catered for all the injured and there is a surplus and there are people who need it right now, it would make no sense to keep the money when others are in jail